Carlos Alcaraz and Rafael Nadal come into equation as ex-pros predict Roger Federer's sell-out comeback. I will play more tennis, of course, but just not in Grand Slams or on the tour. A 41-year-old Roger Federer said these words back in 2022, as he prepared to bid farewell to the racket sport after ruling the court for 2 decades. The 20-time Slam King hung up his racket in September that year. The Lava Cup acted as his final event. But guess what? It appears he couldn't keep himself detached from tennis for long. And just like that, he's now ready to return. But hang on. You won't see him hitting the backhands and forehands at a professional ATP event. So where he's going to play? That's exactly what several ex-American pros are wondering about, while also making predictions for his likely opponents. How about a 21-year-old Spaniard? No? Well, what about a 14-time Roland Garros king then? In an episode of Nothing Major podcast, dated April 15, Steve Johnson, Sam Querrey, and John Isner were discussing about Federer's comeback news. Just more than a day ago, the Swiss maestro stunned the tennis world with a sort of announcement. Honestly, I would love to play some more tennis again, he said, as reported by Tennis Head on April 14. I'd love to start playing like 2-3 times a week again and hopefully get myself back on an exhibition court. Maybe fill up a few nice stadiums around the world. All right. Fine. We are equally excited too. But what will his awaited exhibition return be like? Steve, Querrey, and Isner have got some suggestions to make. Expressing his excitement, Steve said, "I think he could obviously fill up any stadium in the world. But like if he plays an exhibition in South America, let's say he plays Argentina, he's going to play with Del Potro. Any specific reason? Per Steve, Federer will look to play in the country of somebody who is also like, that guy, because I think Roger obviously knows that his goal in the world is to grow the game. And to be that ambassador for tennis that we all would love him to be." He further wished, saying, "I would love him to play like, 12 exhibitions a year." Querrey then asked Isner if he had an idea of where Federer could play for an exhibition appearance in 2025. In his response, Isner said, "I think we'll get to see him in Las Vegas at some point." Querrey pointed out a Netflix Slam kind of thing. To this, Isner agreed, while saying that he believes it could be the Netflix Slam before 2026 Indian Wells. "And I have no sources there, by the way. But my prediction is that maybe he gets there in that Netflix Slam in Las Vegas and has the whole world tuned into that." Last year, the first edition of Netflix Slam took place at the Michelob Ultra Arena at Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. The epic battle saw 22-time Slam champion Rafael Nadal locking horns with 21-year-old phenom Carlos Alcaraz. The latter emerged victorious against his idol, with a score line of 3-6, 6-4, 14-12. Interestingly, Isner also believes that Federer should actually go for an exhibition with Alcaraz. Why? Federer, Alcaraz in Las Vegas. They never played each other, right? Battle of generations, pretty sick. Even though it's an exhibition, it doesn't matter. On the other hand, Steve thinks that nothing can come close to a Fed-Nadal exhibition. Anywhere in the world, sells out any arena in about 1.5 seconds. So who will Federer choose for his exhibition face-off? Well, we can't say anything yet. But before he makes millions of his fans delighted with an anticipated return, Federer's busy spreading happiness elsewhere. Earlier this month, the 20-time major winner decided to take time off his Monte Carlo vacation. He chose to surprise wheelchair tennis players at an event organized by ON. As expected, the players couldn't believe their eyes, witnessing the legend himself. After meeting his idol, one of the players, Giuliano Carnevale, took to Instagram to share his feelings. Describing the moment, Carnevale wrote, "We were out there playing tennis when suddenly Roger walks onto the court. His aura is insane. I completely freaked out." Adding to his praise of Federer's humility, he noted, "He was the nicest guy. He said hi to everyone, shook hands, took pictures, and then started feeding balls like a tennis coach." But it wasn't just him. Roger Federer spent a great time with every other player as well. It became evident from Carnevale's heartwarming confession. He made time for every single one of us, hitting with about 10 people on our court for at least 20 minutes. And he did the same on maybe 6 different courts. It was incredible to see how humble, friendly, and truly authentic he is. They always say never meet your idols, you'll be disappointed. But this was the complete opposite. It was more than I ever imagined. I'm still shaking. I'm thrilled. Being an icon, such gestures only add to your unending greatness. Isn't Federer the nicest of tennis goats? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.